Hello, my name is Vlad, and this is a demo for technical assignment for Gorillas as a QA automation engineer. I will go over what was done as a proof of concept for mobile app test automation. The application under test is called JetSnack. It is a test application from Android built using the JetCompose and corresponding test framework similar to Espresso. If you want to launch tests locally, just clone the repository, open the project in Android Studio and run this app test class. Let's do this. Here I implemented a robot pattern. This is a much easier way to read and understand the code and support it when your test suite grows large, especially when you come back to fix the test after a couple of months after you created it. So, for example, in this test case, we start from the home screen, we click on the My Cart icon, we get transferred to the My Cart screen, scroll down a bit, click on the snack item, which has the text cupcake. We then got transferred to the details screen of that cupcake and assert if all the elements of the screen are displayed. So as you can see, robot pattern gives a nice separation among the screens, so which is a good thing to work with. So especially imagine you're returning here after a couple of months after you created this test case, and it is much more easier to take a grasp what's going on in this line, in this function, rather than in this piece of code. So yeah, it is nice. And here is the app test class, which is basically our starting point, and the suite collection, where you specify which test cases you want to run. Now we've got all the green tests, which is good. Also, I launched a local Jenkins service and exposed it to the public in order to integrate with the GitHub repository, and set up the Jenkins to trigger a build on every commit to the branch. So let's give it a try. Here we go. This is our repository, this is our commits, and I will push a test commit from other machine, from not this laptop, which you see, and it should trigger a Jenkins build. Here it is, committed just now. Let's close the Android Studio for now. Yep, it has. The build will be triggered on my laptop, but on practice it is done on the remote server, so that the developers or testers can proceed with their work in Android Studio, or you can schedule like daily or bi-weekly builds, for example, for the regression tests. To describe the steps of the build, let's take a look. Here it is. So here I describe 3 steps of the build besides the initial checkout. So the first step is just to build the application. Second one is the build of test application. And the most interesting one is the third one, where we, with this command, launch the specified emulator. With this command we launch the instrumentation test, and as a post action we have the generation of the test report, submitting the test report to the Qtest manager, which is a test manager tool, and we send a Slack notification to the channel. Yep, our tests are up and running, which is a nice thing to watch. After the instrumentation test will run, there will be a benchmark test, which puts the CPU, memory, etc. on the test, and it will run all the tests in loop just to make some load. So I will cut the recording and proceed when it's finished. So the job is finished. Let's check. Yep. So I integrated the Qtest manager with the Jenkins service, and now we can see as a post action we uploaded the test results, which is in this line, and now we can observe the test results here in a nice and clean way. It's much more comfortable to read rather than the XML file. Yep, you can see the time is and date and are correct, except for the time zones, so that's alright. And let's open the build and check out the console output. Yep, here we have all the actions that were taken during the build. So the first one is the checkout, then we have the build application, out of tasks, build test application, the instrumentational test, which is also a nice thing to read. Yeah, and this is our generation of the test reports, uploading it to the Qtest manager and sending the Slack notification. Let's check it out. Yep, hey, this is our build number 55. Yep, correct. So Qtest offers an ability to check the test reports here. Yeah. So this is nice. Well, due to the fact that I launched the Jenkins locally, I don't have it running all the time, so if you want to see this for yourself, please reach out for me anytime. And there are a lot of more things that could be done. You can integrate this infrastructure with different device farms like Sauce Labs. You may want to make them run in parallel if you have a lot of test cases. So also you can map the test results to the documentation that you have to the test cases. So yeah, there are a lot of room to explore and to improve. But for this demo, I think this is enough. So thank you for your attention.